President Trump says he will meet with President Putin for a second summit in Budapest in the next couple of weeks. President Trump says he thinks President Putin does want to end this war. He just said that. Do you think President Putin will ever be serious about peace?
Really, I don't know. Really, I don't know that he's ready for real peace negotiations. Of course, the time will come when pressure will come on him. Enough pressure on him and he will be ready. In any way, he afraid of his society. More pressure on him and not so comfortable life for his nation. They will pressure on him. He afraid only of his society because he wants to be president till he will die. And that's why, of course, he needs society to support him. That's why he count on continuation of this war. And that is what the big question, the big challenge for all of us. That's why I'm not sure that in Budapest he will be ready. But if, God bless, President will pressure on him, and if Putin will be ready for any format, again, I'm sorry that I'm repeating, any format of negotiations, bilateral, trilateral, any kind of, I think it will be good.
President Trump was asked whether he thought President Putin was trying to buy more time. Here's what he said.
I've been played all my life by the best of them, and I came out really well. So it's possible, yeah, a little time. It's all right. But I think that I'm pretty good at this stuff. I think that he wants to make a deal.
Do you think President Putin is, in his words, playing President Trump?
He wants to postpone real negotiation meetings. He wants to postpone any kind of meetings with me because he understands that he has to make outcome of any kind of meetings, peace meeting. All the world, all the leaders will wait. If leaders of the countries which are in war meet, it means that they will come with something positive for the world and for the people, first of all. That's why he will postpone. Then he wants to postpone sanctions. He afraid sanctions of President Trump, tariffs, and of course secondary sanctions, which are very painful for Russian economy. So he has a lot of losses. He really has problems with economy and with people.
Do you want to be a part of the negotiations in Budapest? Has there been any discussion about that?
We spoke about it. They will discuss with Putin. He wanted to hear my opinion. My opinion, if we really want to have just and lasting peace, we need both sides of this tragedy. Yes, he's an occupier, but Ukraine is suffering and fighting. And of course, how can be some deals without us, about us? Yes, and I think it's more simple because all of us, we need to share the view. Because I'm not sure that Putin is ready just to finish this war. I think that maybe he wants to come back with aggression.
You will push to go to Budapest?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I said to President, I'm ready.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.